We want to move a little bit into the R&D hub at the moment. I want to introduce you to Jeremy Gregory, who's Executive Director of the MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology Concrete Sustainability Hub. And these people are involved in some research that is truly interesting as we move forward. Jeremy, thank you.
Pleasure to be here.
Appreciate you having.
Pleasure to be
now,
here.
give us an idea of what you and your group are doing as far as helping to improve the use of concretes and other pavements.
Sure. We have a couple different elements of the work that we do. One is looking at concrete science and the very small basic building blocks of concrete that's used. So there's a lot of folks that we have in our group who are doing models of what's happening at cement and concrete at the very small scale. And the idea is to understand what's happening at that very small scale and then be able to link it to things that happen at the engineering scale where construction happens. So it's a little bit different take on what's happening in concrete. So we have that work in science. And then we also have work in buildings and in pavements looking at life cycle, environmental, and cost impacts. And so there's a lot of decisions that get made in the design and construction of buildings and pavements. What we're trying to do is develop tools that can be used to allow designers and engineers to take a life cycle perspective when doing design and maintenance of those different products.
What propelled or compelled MIT to get into this sort of research? Was there any one specific idea?
It was really a combination of things. I think there's a lot of research that's done in pavements, building, and concrete, a lot of great work. But what we wanted to do was take a little bit different perspective, not to just focus on one particular element of construction or design, and instead take this more holistic perspective and have people working on the science, have people working on economics, people looking at environmental impacts, and to take more of a holistic perspective so that we can try and understand how we can reduce costs and environmental impact over the whole life cycle of these products.
So what is it exactly we're bringing to the transportation industry as a whole?
The big elements that we're doing within the transportation industry is really related to pavement management and design. And so a lot of times pavement decisions are really made on first cost.
Absolutely.
And so what we're trying to do is to develop tools that DOTs can use to consider the whole life cycle of those pavements. Because when you take that more life cycle perspective, then it can change some of the decisions that you make. And if you can demonstrate that over the life cycle of that product, you're actually saving money, then that's great for the DOTs, it's great for society, and a lot of times it's great for the environment too.
Great.